Hi, we're Ray and Maureen Borzone. We're the authors of Uproot Anxiety, How to Remove the Root Causes of Your Anxiety and Cultivate a Life of Peace.
We're so glad you're considering the group study guide for Uproot Anxiety. We'll tell you how best to use it and what it takes to be a study group leader.
Now, we want to get into all that, but before we do, we want you to hear some of the testimonials we get about Uproot Anxiety and the study guide. We really hear great things about it, so listen to these.
Phenomenal book. Absolute game changer for me. It has helped me bring my anxiety attacks to almost nothing and has given me the tools to combat it. I highly recommend it, even as a gift to others.
Truly a Holy Spirit-inspired book. This book can change your life through Jesus. It provides clear, specific steps to bring you freedom in emotional, mental, and spiritual areas of your life that will impact your life in a great way.
This program works. Fabulous book and workbook. Gets to the root causes of lifelong emotional and spiritual roadblocks. Also helps you remain focused on God as our source of healing.
We wrote Uproot Anxiety to help people, to give them the actual steps to freedom from anxiety. And the small group study guide is a great way for a group of people, could be a neighborhood study, church group, any kind of group, to go through the 7 root causes of anxiety together and see real breakthrough together. For more information about Uproot Anxiety and the 7 roots of anxiety, see the video that we're going to link here and you can learn more about it.
There's a study guide and a separate leader's guide, which we'll tell you about in a minute. You can get them through this QR code or in our website, uprootanxiety.com. It will be emailed to you right away, and if you don't get it, check your spam folder. When you print this for your group, print it 2-sided. Color is better.
The Uproot Anxiety book itself is needed for everyone that attends the small group study guide. So you can reach out to us directly for bulk orders. We can do better than Amazon does when it comes to bulk orders. So connect with us and we'll be glad to help you with that. As we turn the pages of the study guide, you'll see the 7 roots chart. This is a really good way for your attendees to get an understanding of what will be covered, what the 7 roots of anxiety are as they're described in the book. So let's talk for a minute about the leader's guide. We've written the leader's guide to be something that's useful for any kind of facilitator, even if you don't have experience conducting a small group study previously.
Mm-hmm. As the leader, you don't have to have finished the whole book or mastered the concepts. You really just need to be 1 chapter ahead of everyone else as you go through the study. We've included a leader's tips section, things like how to make sure that discussion flows and that one person is not monopolizing the time. The tips really are to make sure that the best interests of the whole group are maintained.
You'll also see in the early pages of the study guide and the leader guide, there's a prayer we call the Garden of the Heart prayer. It's a really good way to start each of your sessions. It's a prayer we've used in our workshops, and it comes right out of the book. And it's a helpful way to say, Lord, I ask you to do the work in my heart that needs to be done. So it's a good starter for the discussions.
Your first task is to decide how much time you have to devote to this study. The book is not just a read. It is a deep dive with the Lord. You'll be journaling and doing the systematic steps to uproot anxiety. So you want to know how much time you have, and then that will determine how much of the book you can go through.
In the early pages, you'll see a table of contents that we've written in the green box, and you'll see 2 different types of tables of contents. The first is a way for you to fill in exact dates of when you will be meeting, depending on which of the chapters of the book you'll be covering together. So you would just write in on the blank lines on the left-hand side the dates that you'll be covering each of those sessions. And then your attendees will do the same in their workbook. They'll record the date so that they know on that date the group will be discussing this topic, so they can be prepared beforehand. The second table of contents that you see is written in 2 parts, 2 9-week studies, and this is what we recommend.
This approach allows you to cover the entire book in 2 separate 9-week sessions. In the first week, everyone's read the chapter and they're ready to discuss it. The second week is when they do these steps to uproot, and then they'll discuss their experience.
At the top of that page, you'll see a list of questions that we recommend to you as a facilitator that can be really helpful when discussing everyone's experience as they went through the steps to uproot anxiety in that chapter.
A few final thoughts on the study guide itself. There's a space on the first page on the inside of the guide to write your name. Make sure everyone writes their name because inevitably one is left behind, and this way you'll be able to identify it easily without having to go through anyone's private notes. Also, for the table of contents, make sure that the work is completed, the chapter read or the uprooting is done before the date that's indicated for the session. Finally, there's a section called How to Succeed Together. This is an opportunity for you and your group members to agree on the rules to make this a great experience for everyone. You get your buy-in from every group member by going through that list together.
We think it'll be a great study. We think it's life-changing. And if we can help in any way, please reach out.